Hello, everyone. It's about 5:30 here in Tokyo, and I am really happy to, participate this very interesting workshop or the working groups. As the topic of this working group is the AI influence on the science and humanities, and my background is the Science Technology Studies, STS. And today, I would like to talk about not so much focus on the how the AI technology itself is changing how we do the research, but instead, I would like to talk a little bit about how our research ecosystem itself needs to be changed so that how we can study AI or do some kind of research AI in responsible manner from the perspectives from like a humanities or social sciences. Uh, so um, for my perspectives, that AI systems are now doing things that they used to be the kind of the domain of the humanity side, or what the human is actually doing. For example, the Gen AI, or even like agentic AI, it depends on what does it mean, or the agent AI. Actually, it starts to do making some kind of judgments or evaluation or recommendation, or even generating some kind of value, some kind of things that actually directs to our kind of the democracy or the cultural issues as well. So, and as it do that kind of thing, it inevitably reflects our unconscious biases, or maybe institutional patterns, or even our histories. So the issues we often discuss in social sciences, like fairness, accountability, trust, justice, or the inclusiveness, or the democracy, will suddenly, or not the suddenly, but it actually become the center of the issues that we need to talk from the perspective of the AI deployment and also the development. And also I think it's really important to for the sociologist or the humanity people need to be involved in this kind of issues. And I guess the people who are here maybe from the sociology side or from the humanity side will be might be really involved in this kind of topic. And however, whenever I actually do this kind of research, I kind of struggle for, how to involve as many people as to this topic, and to make more inclusive to kind of form this kind of issues. So from as a STS researchers, the science technology study researchers, I think we need to get more people to be involved in discuss. But this kind of interdisciplinary networking or the research itself is actually the topic of the STS research that we are actually doing. So how to involve as many peoples, but not to create the power relation, and how this kind of responsible research innovation should be considered. And in that sense, from the STS researcher, I think the topic of this AI itself is really a very good case study to discuss how to kind of make this kind of the very impactful technology to be discussed within the society as a whole. So, and of course, none of the fairness issue or the democracy issue can be handled by a single discipline. And also, engineers can't discuss this is alone, or maybe the policymakers can do this, or the single social scientists can do this kind of research alone. AI cuts across everything, like law, ethics, economics, psychology, or the like international relations, or the culture, or the anthropology, and all those issues. So as a science and technology studies researchers, I also do a lot of field work. And for example, I go to the field like the AI in medicine, or the manufacturing, local government, or nursing, childcare, and all those areas of the field, issues like transparency, accountability, privacy, fairness, all that actually counts as the very important questions. And also, I actually do some kind of voluntary work for like the OECD or the GPA, the Global Partnership on AI, or the WHO, the World Health Organization, or even I actually been recently involved in this G7 Hiroshima AI process, code of conduct, or the reporting framework. So how the developers or the deployers can be responsible to do this kind of reporting or the transparency report. So in that sense, I actually do some kind of event or the webinar, write some kind of information or the reporting framework. And if everyone can see the chat, I think I can only send a chat to the host. But if the host can, send it to the older member, it will be people who might be interested in. I would like to hear your comments on what I have been doing so far. So, for example, in the Hiroshima AI process event, we actually created this kind of handbook. And also the worksheet, so that all the companies can see what will be the important point, or even explaining, what's going on in the EU AI Act in the field. This kind of thing, I think in other countries, maybe like a think tank or maybe the NPOs might be doing this kind of thing. But here in Japan, not so many people are actually doing this kind of thing. So as an academic researcher at the Tokyo University, I am actually organizing this kind of task force from various disciplines, and also including people from the government and also from the industry, to actually create this kind of platform to discuss this kind of discussion, and also to make this kind of meaningful collaboration across discipline and sectors. So I think so. What kind of thing that we need to talk, or what I wanted to talk today, and also wanted to share with you, is that the academia itself also need to reinvent itself as kind of neutral, long-term the platform or hub for coordinating these conversations and collaborations. And of course, I am saying this kind of thing need to be reinvent, but maybe in your country or in your region, this might be already existing, especially in the EU country. The academia has been already playing this kind of role, but I think most of the Asian countries or the other countries, I think how this kind of academia, industry, the government kind of collaboration should be located might be a little bit different. So I think we also need to think the responsibility of the academia to become a hub or the platform, because the industry moves very fast, and of course it has a challenge around the neutrality and also the commercial interest. So even though the industry is actually doing this kind of task force or this kind of the workshop around this AI responsibility, it also has the concerns around this kind of interesting the kind of commercial interest as well. And also the government also is actually do this kind of work around this responsible AI or the ethics by design issue, but the political cycles are very short, and also people rotate immediately. So I think the academia should provide the space as a neutral, as a stable, and also consider like a long-term multi-stakeholder dialogue. So I think today I wanted to talk a little bit about not only like how AI technology actually has the impact or the influence to how we do the research, but also we need to think about how the academia's role is actually shifting, or how the society is actually expecting the academia should take a role as this kind of facilitating the collaboration, or kind of including the company or the engineers, and also the various society and the social scientist people to discuss this fast evolving technologies and in very agile manner. And in that sense, I think it's really becoming very interesting area for the social scientists and also the humanity area people to discuss this AI as not only we as the social scientists as the subject of using the technology, but we also have the kind of responsibility to maybe evaluate or to kind of declare that what will be the appropriate use of the technology and how we can tackle with this new technology, and how we can say something, and not only from one specific discipline, but also we need to kind of integrate what we are actually doing within the other discipline and sectors. And that point, I think it's really challenging as well, because if the discipline is different, how they do the research, or what kind of budget they use, or how would be the long-term collaboration styles, or what kind of outcomes is actually required. Different, it's kind of varies different. When I started this kind of collaborative study with the engineer people, it was actually first very frustrating and sometimes confusing for each of us about saying how we can do the research together. But with this kind of long discussion about what would be the very interesting point and the important point to discuss about the responsible AI, I think we need to make this kind of a collaborative workspace within the academia. So my key question today was, how should our knowledge system adapt so we can understand and govern AI responsibly, and how to create this kind of platform, and not only within like the each country or each region, but we need to collaborate across the country and beyond the country. So I think today's opportunity is really important, and I would like to very thankful for the organizers to invite me. And today I would really love to hear what the other peoples are doing, or what the other disciplines people are doing to kind of make this kind of collaboration between the across the discipline and the culture, and what kind of, and to say the hint, or the good thing they are doing, and to make this world better place. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Arisa. That was a very interesting and a very good way to start a discussion. Hello to Magnus also, I see has just joined us. So I know, I'm going to hold most of the questions and discussions until after we've heard from each of the speakers. But Arisa, I know that you will be leaving us a little bit earlier than others, perhaps because you have other demands on your time. And there was just one thing that occurred to me as you were speaking, and I think you sort of answered my question to some extent in what you talked about. But I just want to ask it now before you go? Are you essentially saying that we may need new research methods for a world in which there's much more AI? And do you have any specific thoughts as to what those research methods might be?
Thank you very much. So research method, I guess, of course, we can use this kind of new technology, or the Gen AI, or maybe, so sometimes AI itself supports to kind of link the very different perspectives, or the international discussion as well. So one thing it might be, I think, important is to kind of figure out what is our assumption, or the unconscious biases. So when we talk about this unconscious bias, it's not about the culturally or institutionally embedded biases, but when I started to talk with the people from other discipline, I kind of noticed that the unconscious biases is also inhibited in our discipline as well. So in order to do some kind of discussion, I think it's really important to find out, what is the each discipline's common ground, and what is the thing that is not usual for each discipline. So when actually we do this kind of discussion in the interdiscipline work, we actually kind of do some kind of the workshop thing and do exchanges. So that is the very local way of doing. But also, I think it's really important to think about to kind of to some kind of introduce some kind of AI agent or other people, other thing to consider about what would be the fairness that might be dismissed while talking about this. So when I talk with the engineers, sometimes engineers say it's really difficult to find the people or the social scientists or maybe people from the legal side to kind of get to be aligned with their research. But one of the point that might be, easy one step is maybe using this kind of the Gen AI to start to kind of talk with what will be the important step to talk with the I don't know, like the engineer side or the legal point side. And sometimes it works because many social scientists, researchers are the number of the people are very limited, and sometimes I am actually invited to various field, and but my body is just only one. So sometimes using that kind of new technology, and it's more like the clone AI, but just a first step. And then if the people get some kind of insight and get some other kind of thing that is kind of commonly discussed, then they do some kind of rehearsal of doing this kind of discussion. So um, it's becoming easier for people to kind of start small step using this kind of new technology. And but I kind of value that this kind of interdisciplinary discussion is very important, even though it is sometimes very frustrating and confusing. So I guess we can wisely use this kind of new technology to get some kind of hints or the understanding of what the other disciplines' assumptions are or the common ground are. And then it's in a conversational way, because the chat GPT or the Gemini is actually very supporting in that way. And that might be one step easier, make the first step easier.